Howdy do to you. Is Ken Johannesson back here with another edition of Conversation Collage, coming to you direct from my studios in the Apple capital of the world, Wenatchee-Wa, where it is now fall. Fall has taken root, and although it's been fairly pleasant, it is much cooler. We are having temperatures in the 50s now for your highs, and the lows get down to near freezing. And up in the mountains, which are not too far away from me, up in the Cascades, the passes already have snow. And as this is being produced, which is October 9th, that's mighty early to be having snow and traction tire advisories in the passes. I mean, usually we don't get snow in this area. Sometimes we get it here on Halloween. So, the first hint of winter is making itself known anyway in the mountains, and it's made for some pretty treacherous driving. We've got an interesting show for you. We're going back into the automotive world. Yeah, and we're going to be talking about your car and how to get it ready for fall, if it isn't already ready for fall. And then later we're going to talk about electric cars once again, which seems to be a popular topic around this podcast and amongst you folks. And we're going to be talking about what kind of electric cars are out there. We'll talk with the folks from Auto Trader about that. But we'll start off with Lauren Fix, the car coach. The autumn winds come blowing in. October marks National Car Care Month, which is the perfect time to begin plotting a roadmap to fall car care, now that the kids are back to school and before Old Man Winter makes his appearance. Lauren Fix is hailed as America's #1 automotive expert, the car coach, and she has a few tips for car care and safety, making your fall road trip experiences and your upcoming winter maybe just a little bit easier. And we caught up with Lauren Fix not too long ago.
Hi, Ken. How are you?
I'm doing fine, Lauren Fix, and how are you?
I'm great.
Where do we find Lauren Fix today?
I am in New York City, but I live in Buffalo, New York.
Oh, so you're just, you're on the other side of the state right now, so.
Yes, I know. Everyone thinks they're so close. It's like, no, Niagara Falls is not next to the Empire State Building.
No, it's not. No, it's a whole state away, really.
Yes,
So.
that's about 7 hours. I'm driving back a very cool car, so I'm excited.
Oh, there you go. You know, can you tell me what kind of car?
Yes, I'm going to be driving back a Lamborghini Urus.
Ooh, hello. Right, lucky you.
Yeah, when they offered it to me, I wasn't going to say no. You know, $250,000 SUV. Yes.
I wouldn't say no to that. No. You know, it's
I only get it for a few days, but why not, right?
Yeah, exactly. You know, it's funny because just yesterday, as I was driving along, and it is, you know, it's now fall time here in the Pacific Northwest, a Corvette passed me by about 4 o'clock yesterday afternoon, and I was thinking, you know, it was a nice day, but you don't see a lot of Corvettes and high-end sports cars and performance cars at this time of the year, because usually after Labor Day, everybody kind of puts them under wraps and under cover and things like that. So it was really kind of a joy to see a nice, shiny Corvette on the road. So, you know,
until it starts to snow, and then I have some collectible cars, and we're pulling out trickle chargers and car covers, and we wax and we prep the car for winter, and then I pull out my SUVs and put snow tires on and change the oil and all that stuff, you know, and that's a big thing. You want to make sure that the vehicle you're driving through the cooler temperatures is super prepared, because I live in Buffalo, and I know you're in the Pacific Northwest. Mm-hmm. When it snows, you know it.
Yeah. When it snows, the game is over, you know. Now everything's changed, you know. And
you don't want to wait. A lot of people do that. They wait until it starts snowing, and then they go, yeah, maybe I should work on my vehicle. That's a little late. That's why October's Fall Car Care Month. We just try to get you focused on the things that you don't think about. I mean, people think, oh, yeah, well, I'll just get my oil changed.
Right.
And then they just go wherever and get whatever, and they have no idea. So I always tell people that you need to be really wise about this, and you need to have car smarts, because if you put the wrong oil in, and I've been talking to a lot of people around the country, and if you put the wrong oil in, you can cause all kinds of engine problems. Mm-hmm. So it's really important to use a full synthetic. If you have a few engine issues, maybe it doesn't always run as smooth as it should be, it could be the engine oil. I recommend a full synthetic. We run them even in our collectibles. Mm-hmm. I use Quaker State Ultimate Durability Full Synthetic Oil, and it's really going to give you the best engine performance, the best lubrication, which keeps your engine running longer. So if you've got an older car, highly recommended. Even if it came with old crude oil, because the average car on the road is 12 years old, and people run, I used to call them my winter beaters. Mm-hmm. You know, you just run whatever, but I'm running a newer SUV, but I only use full synthetic. You can do it yourself, or if you go to your favorite technician, I'm not doing it, you can just ask for Quaker State.
Sure.
They'll put it in.
Sure, indeed. And also you have to have the right viscosity because some people don't put the right the right type of motor oil in there, It's 1030 and 1040 and that kind of stuff.
And don't guess, because people do.
Right.
Oh, it should be 20W50. No, that's the old days. You want to look what your owner's manual says, and it'll tell you when to change the oil also. Sometimes it's 7,500 or 10,000 miles, which as an ASE certified technician, that bothers me. I mean, I can go like maybe 8, and then my brain doesn't process 10. But, I mean, I have diesel SUVs, and they say 10, but I still can't do it.
Right.
But, and then, of course, now we got leaves falling from the trees. It's beautiful right now. And,
fall colors.
Good time to think about visibility. 80% of your driving decisions are based on visibility.
Sure.
So if you have a headlight that's dim, maybe it's out. You want to make sure to take care of it. You got Halloween rolling around the corner. Kids will be out running around, and then you got winter right after that. So I always say get your wiper blades replaced now. Should be replaced every 6 months. And people don't realize that. And you can go to any auto parts store like a Pep Boys and pick up a set of Bosch Icon wiper blades. They'll give you superior swiping so you can actually see clearly. And the thing is, they're a quiet performance blade, which I think is really important. And while you're there, they'll put them on for you. You just buy them if you don't know what you're doing. A lot of people don't. You know what I mean? They're like, these newfangled things. It's okay. That's what they're there for. They'll also do cabin air filters, which is the air you breathe through the vents.
Right.
A lot of people don't realize there's a filter there. If you don't replace it and you've got allergies, you want to make sure to get the HEPA filters. Those are the ones you want, the premium ones, because they're going to filter out all that stuff that's outside that you don't want to breathe. So you have clean air.
Sure,
I always tell people, you can check your tire pressure also. Do that once a month. It's a big thing to do. Prep. Use the number inside your driver's door only. Don't use the number on the tire, because that tire could fit a dozen different vehicles completely different from yours.
Right.
Your correct tire pressure is inside the driver's door. Get a tire pressure gauge. You buy one a lifetime. And the reason you don't use the one at the gas stations is people throw them on the ground.
Right.
And they're not accurate. So while you're there, you can check your tire pressure. Don't forget your spare.
Right.
And check your tread depth. If you look at the tread and you go, oh, it's kind of bald.
Use the penny. Get a penny out. If you can see Lincoln's head, that's not good.
Yes, you are correct. If you see the top of his hairdo, it's time for new tires. I just hit a pothole because I live in New York State and we have like the worst roads here.
Right.
And there was no place to go, and there was nothing I could do. So I started looking at tires. And I thought, I should get a road hazard coverage rather than buying it. They're so expensive, and they know they kind of got you.
Yeah.
So I found these Hercules tires. It's called the Road Tour 855. It has an 85,000-mile warranty. I've never heard of such a thing.
85,000? That's crazy. That's a lot.
It's crazy.
Yeah.
And it included even more road hazard coverage and a 45-day trial. I said, never heard of anything. So I bought the Hercules Road Tour 855 tires. They were so quiet, I couldn't believe it. Because usually they go, they're going to be hard tires, they're going to be loud. No, it was quiet.
Wow.
So I'm telling people, there's 4,000 tire stores around the country. Find one and look at the Hercules tires. I was really blown away. And like I said, if you think you don't want to do the prep yourself, a lot of people don't. It's pretty easy to just find a Pep Boys store. There's like 900 locations around the country. They're all ASC certified technicians. They have master techs. I'm not a master tech. I'm not going to sit there for 10,000 tests. These people do. They'll do free installations of wiper blades, cabin air filters. They offer a cold weather prep package if you don't know what you're doing, or if you do it yourself. They sell everything from batteries to brakes. And they're open 7 days a week, so it makes it convenient.
There you go. Now, in the last couple of minutes, some people want to rent a car. They want to go on a road trip. They don't want to use their own car. They use, so they go to a rental place. So,
I have a lot of friends that do that.
Yeah.
Because they don't want to, they don't own a minivan, but they only need it a couple times a year.
Right.
So they rent a minivan, and they fill it full of their stuff. So I always go to Hertz. I book in advance because with the holidays, they book all the cars that you want in advance.
Sure.
But right now, they've got something interesting. They're renting in certain locations. I know you're going to want this. 2020 Camaro SSs that are custom modified by Hendrick Motorsports from NASCAR.
Ooh.
They've got also ZL1s. Those are like the performance ones. I'm like, yes. And they have a sweepstakes going on right now. You can win a 2020 custom Camaro SS from Hendrick Motorsports. It's black and yellow. Very Instagrammable, very cool looking car. there's no purchase necessary, so everyone can sign up. Good till November 15th, and it includes a VIP trip to Charlotte Motor Speedway and a unique driving experience. So just go to hertz.com/Camaro sweepstakes. And, of course, I got all the links for all that on my website, but...
Right.
Man, if I could sign up for that. I think I got to rent a Camaro for Grandma for Thanksgiving.
I love
the minivan.
I love that idea. Yeah. Rent the Camaro, of course. You know, that sounds like a great idea.
I'm in. We can do that.
Yes.
My kids are grown up when they're out of the house, so I'll just meet them there in my car.
There you go.
The Camaro.
Exactly. Lauren, I know I got to let you go, but let's get your website out there. Where do we find out more about Lauren Fix?
You can find me on all forms of social media, Car Coach Reports, or at Lauren Fix. Real easy to find.
Lauren, happy trails back to Buffalo, huh? Be careful out there.
Thank you. You too.
Talk to you later, Lauren. Thanks.
Take care, Ken.
Okay,
Thanks.
bye-bye now.
Bye.
Lauren Fix is the author of several books, including Lauren's Guide to Loving Your Car, The Performance Tire and Wheel Handbook, and Driving Ambitions, a complete guide to amateur auto racing. And she's also the automotive editor for YourLifeMagazine.com. And I should let you know that promotional consideration for this has been provided by the companies that Lauren mentioned. It's Conversation Collage coming at you here on your favorite podcast platform. We are on just about all of them, so if you are not happy with your current podcast platform, but you still want to hear our show, go to another podcast platform. We're all over the place. And also go to Instagram and also to our Facebook page, both of them under Conversation Collage Podcast, and you can find some fun stuff there and interact with us. We'd love to hear from you, and also tell your friends that we are here. The more people we can get into the tent, the better off it is for all of us here. We've got some good shows coming up in the future. We're going to be talking about food, which is everybody's favorite topic, right? We'll be talking with folks from the Beef Cattlemen's Association. We're also going to be spending one of our podcasts on words. The term for the book is Spanglish, how they take some words and give these fancy meanings to them, okay? You'll understand when we have this in a couple of weeks. We talked with the author of this book, Christopher Surf, who is one of the original writers of Sesame Street, and he's a humorist, and he is also the son of Bennett Cerf. People my age and older would know him as the publisher from Random House, and also a longtime panelist on What's My Line. Bennett Cerf was a very interesting man, and Christopher Surf is likewise, and we talked with him. And also on the same podcast, we'll talk not only about words, but also how we present words, meaning in fonts. If you deal with computers, you know about fonts, like the words Arial, Helvetica, Verdana, Comic Sans, Times New Roman. Those are all familiar to, I think, mostly everybody these days. And we talked about fonts, and it's quite interesting, so we'll have that for you. So some really good shows coming up, so we hope you'll be continuing to check us out here at Conversation Collage. Speaking of our Instagram page, you've got to check it out in order to see this ad that we have posted on there. Yesterday, I was going through some old magazines online, and I found this ad that perfectly goes with our next interview, because it says it is an ad from Broadcasting in the January 16th, 1956 issue. And it's an ad for America's electric light and power companies. It says, "Power companies build for your new electric living." And it says underneath the picture, the caption is, "Electricity may be the driver. One day your car may speed along an electric superhighway. Its speed and steering automatically controlled by electronic devices embedded in the road. Highways will be made safe by electricity. No traffic jams, no collisions, no driver fatigue." And the picture, you've just got to check this out, because it shows cars of the future with a bubble top and a family of four inside the car speeding along this highway. And I don't want to give it away. You just got to go on there and see what they're doing inside the car. It's just going to make you think. And the wild thing I found is no seatbelts either. But check it out on our Instagram page, which goes straight into our next interview, not about electric highways, but about electric cars. They're moving from predictions to reality on roads, and we've talked about this quite a bit in the past in our first series of shows. But challenges remain, and although they do, there are now many